estamos en casa.
De esta hora se hace el cierre de la puerta del avión y no nos dejarían entrar. ¿Su zona de volar número 3? Ok, ese sería perfecto.
Bonito día, Bati.
Igualmente, gracias por volar con Aeroméxico.
If you notice, every corner has green, red, white. Because of the flag. National flag.
Hello. Hi. As you can see that my face doesn't look fresh. I've had a long day, long day, totally unexpected. This morning I slept very little as I was preparing to leave for the airport at about 4:30 a.m. and our flight from Mexico City to Merida was supposedly to take off at 6:20 a.m. So a friend suggested that if we go to the airport by 4:30, we should have enough time. However, when it comes to the airport matters, when you are in Mexico, do not take things for granted. You really have to give yourself sufficient time. Well, safely at least 4 hours in advance arriving at the airport because the way the airport staff are handling the attitude are very slow. For example, when we were queuing up for the domestic flight check-in counter, there was already a long line and it was so close to the boarding time. And we went to ask the officers, should we be allowed to check in earlier? They said no, you just go back to your queue. And apparently there was family members of a mother and 2 daughters. They were also going to Merida. So I thought, well, maybe it is normal for Mexican to be this way. And immediately after our check-in, we ran because we had so little time, like half an hour. So we ran to the security check, and my God, again there was a long line, and we just couldn't jump queue. And so by the time our turn was reached, you know what? The next thing we knew was we missed the flight. When you tell them that there's a flight for us to catch and the boarding time is now, the flight is taking off anytime in the next 10 to 15 minutes, they seems to have no urgency to let you go past the queue first. So finally, again at the check-in, I got to let you know also about the checked luggage. Well, this is really a huge matter. I've always been wondering, just before I came to arrive in Mexico, my worries were about the checked baggage when you travel by the domestic flight, and really it happened. It is a very expensive lesson. Put it this way, when I flew in by Turkish Airlines from Malaysia to transited in Istanbul and then eventually arrived in Mexico City, I was given, like me and my son, each of us were given 23 kg of checked baggage each, 2 bags, okay, and also a cabin bag and also a personal item bag. And because I couldn't manage to check any information about the checked baggage for domestic flights in Mexico. So finally we decided that we just carry one person each 23 kg bag and also a cabin bag and also a personal item bag. And so I do not know what happened when I thought we bought sufficient. And this morning when we checked in and we realized that for the domestic flight, my son, he was the one who handled that part, that portion. The checked baggage was only 15 kg he bought for each person. And you know what? We have to pay like about $150 for total of excess baggage. So it was painful there. So again, after we missed our flight, we have to buy another ticket. Again, being Sunday today, the only earliest flight to Merida was 6:20 a.m. and after that, the rest are in afternoon or at night. And my God, they are all so pricey. And on top of that, we couldn't buy first because remember we already checked in earlier on. So we have to check whether both our luggage had gone to Merida or not. After some waits, and finally, apparently, my bag has gone to Merida except Mark's check-in baggage. What a joke. So we bought another ticket again because it was like we have to spend a lot of time and it is so cold, because this morning we thought that we are going to be arriving in Merida where the weather is hot, so we didn't wear our warm clothes with us. I only have this light jacket and very thin top inside, so I was feeling so chilly throughout the whole time. It was so cold that I felt so stiff, my whole body. And then still have to think mindfully about booking for our next sector, our new ticket to Merida. And again, like I said, that the prices are so pricey. You just do not know how to make a booking. It's just beyond words. However, just so happened that we click and click on Google, doing all the searches, and I somehow found this flight to Merida at 7:40 p.m. and the price is about $180, about half the amount of all the other airlines, domestic airliners. So I quickly booked that, and still, of course, luckily we only have one check bag because mine has already gone to Merida. Otherwise, can you imagine that? Because they only allow check bag maximum up to 15 kg. And still, because you have to pay for that. And if anything excess more than that, you even have to pay more. So we got our tickets. We arrived at this airport, as you can see. And of course, this is Felipe Angeles International Airport. And there's also another name, Santa Lucia International Airport. Now, the thing about Mexican airport, especially in Mexico City, is you really have to be careful because they have two names. Like as I mentioned, this is Felipe Angeles International Airport, or aka Santa Lucia International Airport, where we first arrived at Mexico City, because from Mexico City airport to come to this airport, the road journey is about 40 minutes. So at the international airport at Mexico City, the name is Benito Juarez International Airport, or Mexico City International Airport. You see, kind of confusing, isn't it? So I really had to double check, double check, and make sure that we are talking about the same airport. So after all that was settled, we came over to this airport. And this Felipe Angeles Airport is so modernized, so nice, so beautiful, so organized. I'm glad that we got hold of this ticket. And I'm going to be spending... We came early. Luckily, they allow us to check in early. We can move around in the airport until our boarding time. Just bought this coffee chocolate. That means coffee beans coated with chocolate. And the guy who approached me at the duty-free shop was very, very friendly, and he came to me and allowed me to taste a sample. So because of that, I bought from him. This bag of coffee chocolate cost me $12 US. Let me show you. Just pair for me. There's a coffee bean inside. Very nice. Let me see where the coffee comes from. This is a product of Costa Rica. Okay, very nice. So this is what I've ordered at the cafe here at the airport. Ma ordered a
Mexican
local
beer.
Mexican beer.
Bohemia.
Okay, let's dive in. This is what bistec? Tacos de bistec.
Yes.
It's beef, right? Basically. It's so yummy. When I ordered for the tacos, Mark was laughing at me. He said that I'm like a Mexican now. Yeah, since I'm in Mexico, I might as well order tacos, right? And I cannot imagine myself eating those sandwiches with the cold buns and cold meat. Chili sauce. beef is moist. I believe this is the cactus. Cactus together with the beef. Well balanced in taste. Plus the two kind of chili sauce lift up the flavor. Very nice. So by the way, the price for this tacos, the beef stick is 215 Mexican peso. So about 12 US dollar. This is where we drop by for our food at the Santa Lucia or Felipe Angeles Airport. Very nice. The staff are very friendly and well mannered. You know, one of the staff who came and asked for take our order, he said,
My name is Sebastian. I'm here to serve you.
wow, that really touched one's heart.
That's why he was given 200 pesos as tip.
Yeah, I see Mark is so generous.
I felt good. Simple as that.
He gave him 200 Mexican peso as tips. We are very early. Indeed.
Estimados pasajeros, su seguridad en el Aeropuerto Internacional Felipe Ángeles es nuestra prioridad. Por favor, mantengan a la vista sus pertenencias a fin de evitar extravíos. El compromiso es de todos. Dear passengers at Felipe Ángeles International Airport, your safety is our priority. Please don't leave your belongings unattended. Security is everyone's responsibility.
Wow, even the toilet is so beautiful. Okay, Mark.
Buenas noches, clientes de Aeroméxico en el vuelo 878 a Merida. Esta es la última llamada para el proceso de abordaje por la sala 111B. Esta es la última llamada para el vuelo 878 a Merida.
After a long day of waiting at the airport, like about 13 hours or 14 hours away, I'm finally And we are finally boarding the plane to Merida, down south of Mexico, which is near to the Gulf of Mexico in the Yucatan area. We'll see you at the next location.